All right, so we've picked up a few things here. Got a new fuse box that we'll be able to put in here to replace what used to go in there. There's one more piece of it left. Right there is about the only thing. The actual fuse bus itself here, there's a couple of them. These two I was able to get on eBay, and with the exception of one little fuse missing here that I can easily, let's see it right here, I can easily follow the wire and make sure I tap in and put a fuse in there. With the exception of that, it's everything's identical. So nice and new, nice and corroded and smashed. And this other one down here is actually part of the harness that comes up from the front of the car. So here I think I'm just going to have to do some cleaning and obviously some replacing of some of these relays. But other than that, that one should go right in. I've managed to connect up the battery and start it once just to verify that it would. And like I said, the good news is the radiator is still holding fluid, so it didn't get punctured. The oil looks good, but of course it has right here, hard to see with the bright morning sun, but this tube has been broken off, so we've gotten a new tube here to replace on there, and I'm gonna put that on our list today. So today's list is to drain the oil, put that tube on, replace that, maybe start, at least replace the part of the wiring harness that only goes from here to here. So this piece here should be pretty easy, and this, getting into some of these other pieces down here, cleaning that up. Maybe we can try to get some of this cut away and try to get that fuse box put in. Got a trip coming up tomorrow, so that's a lot of work to get done today, especially when I also consider I need to get that GTI over there, an axle replaced on it, and some plugs replaced on it as well. So I got a lot of stuff to do today. I'm probably going to try to replace this front end component here as well, down here, which is broken. It was broken in the accident, which is why we had the disgusting look of this when it came off the dolly. And that's that. Not been able to figure out what this sensor is here, which I can't really see, but I think a trip to AutoZone might have to help me out here. Not that they'll have it, but these cars have been around since 17 at least, so I don't know what that is. It's certainly broken. Oop, pieces falling out of it. It's undoubtedly broken. So Clearly some kind of plunger. It does something maybe for fuel pressure. Has a kind of a needle valve thing there maybe. Something like that. And the other piece of it's still in there, so I'm gonna have to pull that out. There we go. So we're unplugged. Good reason to have the paper towel in here to block all the other crap from coming out. So it could be, so here's the fuel bar. It could be a fuel pressure regulator. Everything I've seen has it pretty close to maybe being that in this area that I have seen. I just haven't been able to definitively track it down. So I'm gonna go look at my trusty website with the schematics for the fuel stuff and see what I can find. There's a spring-loaded piece in there that goes against this little plunger here, or that this plunger goes against, so clearly it seats up against that and regulates flow of something. So once I see what the new one looks like, I'll be able to determine whether or not there's more pieces in there that come out. I don't want to fish in there too much yet for stuff that doesn't necessarily need to be messed with and damaged in any way. Okay, so it turns out that this thing is some kind of oil control valve, and it does slide in this whole thing, it appears. So I'm going to see if I can pull it out. It's pretty long going down in there. Let's see what we can do here. Went ahead and ordered it. Oh, yeah, that's easy. So there we go. So the new one will, and there's the rest of that plunges. Pretty complex, so glad we figured that out. Got a new one on the way, and when it gets here, we will be set for hitting it. So I'm going to go ahead and put in the tube here just temporarily so that I can fill the oil there. A little bit of oil to lube up the O-ring there. Okay, so I think that'll be good enough to get me to fill. Clean these up a little bit here. Make sure we get good contact between this. Everything gets one back together, because it is corroded a little bit from the battery acid being all over it for sure. So, I think before I continue there, I'm going to, while I have room to work with these connections, work on these broken wires. There's at least 2 right there that are snapped. 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm seeing. And who knows, maybe more. One down here. These are cut wires, so I'll grab this so we can see a little better. Yeah, so you can see all the broken and cut wires. You can see that one right here. There's 3 there, plus you got a blue one down here and some other cuts and frays. So I'll work on those while I got a little bit of space down here to work. Work on cleaning this up and getting, when I run to the store, I'll grab some of these relays and such. And kind of be ready to start cutting this out to be ready to build a new box and put in the fuse box there. Okay, so it only took about, I want to say 5 quarts, maybe 4.5. So I might have it slightly overfilled. Go ahead and check the dipstick here. Granted, it hasn't flowed through the filter yet, so it will certainly show higher than normal, but might be able to tell a little something. Just a lot. It's also pretty black for only having 6,800 miles on it, or if he actually has gone 6,800 miles, then I'd say he probably should have changed it a while ago. I would figure that at some point it got changed. Oh yeah, we're definitely high. Hard to see it on that first one, so I'm going to try again. Keep in mind that it's nice and clean, so it's harder to see. It is up, it looks like about the bottom of the twist, right about in here. So it might be a 1/2 quart overfilled. All right, let's see what I can do here to get this lower wishbone changed out. Okay, the wiring has been all patched and repaired. All the frays that I know of that were cut from the damage here. Got the battery in. This stuff's all just kind of placed in here. I do still have, I'm waiting on for that part of the fuse box. I got some, could probably go ahead and put the new fuses in, but I am waiting on 4 relays to go in there. So aside from that, whatever that harness is, which is primarily the front harness for the car, so probably things, power headlights and stuff like that. Not overly concerned about that. Battery is on and connected, and so I did just check, and it says the lift gate's open. Door locks are working. Everything seems to be working there just fine. Let's see here. Passenger airbags off. Isn't that nice? Touchscreen seems to be working. Well, looky there. Okay, I don't know when I'm going to get this video done, but I'll tell you what, made some good progress today on the STi here. Got the new fuse panel all in here. Still waiting on some more fuses and relays, but pretty much going to be ready to get the mangled up sheet metal out of here and start opening up this space so that I can create the battery box and get the fuse box in here and get all the fuse, what do you call them, the buses or whatever, get them all installed into there so that we can start getting this back to normal. As soon as I get the oil regulator valve or whatever it is, I should be able to get that. Once I put that in there, I'll go ahead and finish putting the tube in for the oil fill. And we've got our oil change done. We've got everything good to go. We've once I get all that put in here, I should be able to secure up the battery. Finish up a battery box here, secure that up, and be good to go right there. I'll feel comfortable at that point leaving the battery installed because I got all those frayed wires taken care of, so I'm not worried about there being a short or draining the battery. Might find out that that's not the case, but we'll live and learn. This was really cool though. For the first time I was able to get in there, and even without the relays I was able to get in there and see all kinds of stuff. I was able to give my son a call on the Bluetooth, connect my phone up to it. Pretty cool. The other dude's phone was still linked up on there. Got the suspension done underneath here, which is really cool. That was a big piece there for the, you can see it under there. That was a big piece that was broken. Had to do a little bit of bending under there of the inner part where that connects, but got it bent, got it painted back up so it won't rust on us, and it's good to go. So really looking forward to keeping things going here. A lot of good stuff working on it for the first time. Windows are working, with the exception of maybe the passenger window, probably a fuse, who knows. Power mirrors are working, the blower seems to be working, radio's working good. Obviously, like I said, the Bluetooth phone's working good, so I'm pretty excited. We're going to get some progress here. Got the drive shaft put in as well, so pretty much once I get those wheels checked for their straightness, get a couple of rear suspension components that got a little bit bent, and I think we'll be, and the outer tie rod end, or the inner tie rod end on the left side here, I've got that ordered as well. Once I get all that stuff it'll be ready to get slapped together and should be roadworthy. Roadworthy. Worthy of riding on a road, not legally, and certainly not for long, because we would need to get it up on a trailer and get it over to the for wheel alignment and see how everything's looking. So good day for the STi. Hopefully I get this posted out here pretty soon. I don't know how long it's going to take me to get these videos up, but this is a lot of fun, so I'm looking forward to keeping you guys posted on this. All right, take care.